Hey guys, so I'm here with a Toyota Tacoma, and what happened here is someone drained out the transmission pan there instead of the oil pan, and I can see how that happened since that's the only pan that you can see up here. But anyways, about a quart of liquid was drained on accident out of this transmission here. And so what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do is how to refill it back up with transmission fluid. You should be using the recommended ATF, which is ATF, I can't remember, there was a couple of letters after it, but that's the Toyota recommended brand. This is just generic stuff, but this will work. This is just to patch it up until the transmission gets serviced in a week or so. So the only thing that you're going to need for this is a 15/16 wrench like this, so you can remove the drain plug. And you will also need something like this hose to be able to fill it up. These cars, for whatever reason, don't have a dipstick under the hood to check the transmission fluid. So there's a whole procedure that you have to do to warm up the car and then check the transmission fluid if you need to check the levels. But as mentioned here, I already know that it was only about a quart that was lost. So I'm not going to show you that procedure, but I will link it in the description if you guys need to check your transmission fluid or even drain out your old transmission fluid and replace it with a whole new batch of fluid. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So the first thing that you're going to need is your wrench here. And again, this is only if you know how much you need to put in. And up there's a bolt right there. You can see it right in the center of the wrench there, and that needs to be replaced. That's exactly where we need to put the fluid in. And there's also a couple of other bolts that you should be aware of. This one here is to check the oil or the fluid level, and this one down here is to drain the transmission fluid. So whatever you do, don't undo that bolt to change your oil. This is for your transmission, not for your oil, so keep that in mind. But anyways, remove that bolt there. So you should be able to put the wrench back in there and slowly undo this bolt here. Once it's loose enough, you should be able to get your hand in here and just twist it with your hand. But be careful because there is this heat shield here, and this is pretty sharp, so you can get cut. Anyways, go ahead and take that all the way out. Once you've taken this plug out, you'll notice that it has an O-ring, and just make sure that's properly lubricated. It doesn't look like it's broken or anything like that. If it does, then I'll see if I can find a link to a replacement part, and I'll have it in the description. So once you've removed that plug there, put this on your bottle here. So this usually has a twist on cap, and you can just twist it up, squeeze it, and this way you can squeeze the transmission fluid in the hole that was plugged by that. So here, as you can see, the tube is inserted up there, and I'm just squeezing the bottle here to get the fluid in there. And I'll get as much of this as I can in there. And then I may have to go in from the back over there to get the rest in there. So this is another way you can put the fluid in. So just have the bottle back there, and you can get it right next to the transmission and have the tube going in there. And then again, just squeeze it, and you may get a little leak here, but it shouldn't be much. Alright, so here is the fluid. It is pretty much fully drained. There's probably a few drops still in there, but it's pretty hard to get all of it in there. Anyways, once you have it filled up to capacity, then you can plug this back in. Also, by the way, if you don't know how much fluid your transmission is supposed to have, you're actually supposed to drain out the whole thing using this plug right there, and then measure how much fluid you actually have, and then just replace it back with that exact amount of fluid plus about a half a quart more than you initially had in there. So yeah, keep that in mind. But as always, either consult the link in the description for the full detailed tutorial on how to check the fluid and all of that, and also check the owner's manual for the recommended amount and that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, so I'll just put this back in again using the 15/16 wrench. Alright, so here, there's that bolt, and that is snug now. And then just get some paper towels and just clean up any little drips that might be going on here. But yeah, that is it for this short video on how to replace your transmission fluid on your Toyota Tacoma. This is a 2008 model, but it might apply to a few other years. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.